What is up, YouTube? We are back with another video. So it's been a while since I actually made a video. Kind of lost a little YouTube urge, just with football season wasn't going as it was. I kind of lost interest in, just editing videos before work. But lately I've been having the itch to, just kind of come back and yap about things I like. And, football season's over. It is, unfortunately. But it's the most exciting time of the year, especially if you're a pro wrestling fan, because it is the road to WrestleMania. I was trying to get back into this during the Rumble so I could do a prediction, but time, life just didn't work out that way. So what we're gonna do now is we are gonna predict WWE's Elimination Chamber. I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts. Who do I think is gonna win? Who I want to win, which are two different things. And we're gonna go from there. But let's get into it with our first matchup, and let's go right into it now. Foremost, I would like to apologize how awful my webcam is. I will get a new one. I'm sorry. It is what it is. But first matchup up is we got that. I feel like it's a thrown together tag team match between Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. It's great that they're gonna get a chance to show off their skills on pay per view, especially Candice LeRae, because I think she's highly underrated. But this match just doesn't do it for me. Unfortunately, this is gonna be that one match where you're just gonna skip. I could be wrong though. I mean, I would be more than happy to be wrong and just see them throw a barn burner. But it's Toronto. You got to get Trish Stratus on the card. And what better way to team her up than with Tiffany Stratton to kind of get Tiffany back into that babyface category, especially when she's going up against someone like Charlotte Flair. Now, obviously, I think the baby faces are going to win it. So Tiffany and Trish are going to win it. That's realistically who I'd want to win as well. Just because, you gotta do something for Tiffany to kind of get her over with the crowd more than she kind of already is, especially when she's taking on Charlotte Flair, who she just gets injured, comes back, wins a title, and I just feel like Tiffany's gonna be victimized at WrestleMania. But that's for another video. But I think in this matchup we're gonna see a lot of pandering to the crowd, trying to get that Toronto crowd building up behind Tiffany Stratton, especially with Trish as her partner. So give me the baby faces for the win, and we'll see what happens. I mean, hopefully it's a good match because I don't want nobody to have a bad match, but this is just such a thrown together match where I would rather have just seen, Tiffany versus Trish would have been a really good matchup, but they don't want to go that way. But anyways, on to the next match. And now we're up to our first chamber matchup, which I am very excited for. Now, quick shout out to Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. I'm recording this on Tuesday, so after Raw. That was one hell of a main event. I mean, they went from getting cut out of SmackDown because Dwayne The Rock Johnson decided to say, hey, I'm more important than the fucking women's division, apparently. So they got that match scrapped, which was very unfortunate for them. But they main evented Raw. They tore the house down. Probably one of the best tag team matches I've seen in such a long time. And the women's tag team titles, they're being elevated. That's good. And so, in the graphic, Naomi and Bianca Belair are still the champs, but they're no longer the champs. Anyways, this is a very interesting matchup because I feel like there's one obvious winner here, which a lot of people don't think it. But let's go through our stages. It's not gonna be Bianca. It's not gonna be Naomi because if anything, they're gonna have this program with Jade Cargill coming up soon, especially if Jade comes back from injury within these next few weeks. Because if they're gonna do Bianca versus Jade at WrestleMania, they need to pick up that storyline already. Because I honestly thought we were gonna see Jade return on Raw. She did not. So maybe I Elimination Chamber. So I feel like that's gonna be something involving there. So it's gonna basically take them two out. Alexa Bliss, really over with the crowd right now. She's kind of hopping between gimmicks, so it's kind of like I kind of see it. You guys remember the movie Split, where she has multiple different personalities. She's going from the Wyatt Six personality. She's going from her Total Miss Bliss. She's going through all her gimmicks she's had in the past, and it's kind of a cool thing. But I don't see her going into the world title picture right after coming back from injury, especially when there's like a few things I feel like they could do with her. Bailey, on the other hand, I don't know if they're gonna give Bailey another like world title shot at WrestleMania back to back years. I mean, it'd be great because her last year's world title shot didn't go the way it should have. I feel like she was very like an afterthought. When Bailey's a talented wrestler and she can go in the ring. Obviously, we all know that. But I don't know if they're gonna give it to her. Roxanne Perez, this is what I want to win. It makes no sense storyline wise because she just got called up. Why she gonna be in the championship picture? Especially when you got other things going on in the world title picture with Rhea Ripley, Io, and of course Liv Morgan. So I don't know. My pick that I want to win is Roxanne Perez. But logically, who I think is gonna win, and which I've seen this all over the internet, which I kind of agree with, it's gonna be Liv Morgan to win because she's been the MVP of the chamber matches for who knows how many years. Kind of the same thing with like her in the Royal Rumble. She's always the MVP. She's always busting her ass, being like the Iron Woman of the WWE Women's Division. So I think they're gonna reward her, give the Elimination Chamber match, but I don't think it's gonna be Rhea versus Liv at WrestleMania. I think the following night on Raw, Liv is gonna get involved in the world title picture somehow, cost Io, which is gonna then lead to a triple threat match between Io Sky, Liv Morgan, and Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. But logically, if I'm a betting man, I'm probably gonna go with Liv Morgan to win this match just because it makes the most sense. Even though I want Roxanne Perez to win it, just do it. WWE. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Brother, let me tell you how I feel about Dwayne The Rock Johnson. For retrospect, I've never been a Rock fan. Even from when I first started watching wrestling in the early 2000s, I was never a Rock fan. I've never been a fan of his movies. I've never been a fan of him as a wrestler. I think he is average in the ring. His mic work is pretty good. Like, honestly, it's probably one of the best ever. But just recently, like, I don't know. I just can't get into The Rock. I'm probably one of the anomalies in this world, but for me, Dwayne Johnson is just an overhyped, horrible wrestler who wants the attention to be around him because everything he touches turns to shit. Minus last year's WrestleMania program. That was great. But every movie franchise, he ruined the Fast and Furious franchise. He ruined DC. Anything he does is just bad. And I think it's slowly starting to creep out now with this last god-awful promo he did on SmackDown. Cody, what? We're friends. Cody, we're friends. He fucking talked about them being friends so many freaking times. We get it. You guys don't hate each other no more. You didn't try to kill Cody in the parking lot last year. You didn't freaking threaten his mom last year. We get it. Y'all friends, kayfabe, blah, blah, blah. It's all an act. I don't like The Rock. The only thing that was interesting to me about The Rock was him versus Roman, just because I really want to see Roman win. And there was a part of me that was interested in Cody versus The Rock, but it's just not there no more. And I don't get what they're trying to do now. It makes no sense. Cody, I want your soul. If this is the way we're going to get heel Cody Rhodes, fine, I get it. But I don't want Cody Rhodes to be a puppet of an authority figure. I don't think it would work out for him. Personally, if Cody were to go heel, I just want to see him snap, like Homelander style, like, hit John Cena with 3 crossroads to make the crowd hate you in a row. That would be great. I don't need The Rock with his little puppeteer strings over Cody Rhodes telling him what to do. It doesn't do it for me. So, anyways, back to his prediction. Do I think Cody Rhodes is going to sell his soul to The Rock? No. Here's what I think is going to happen. He's going to tell The Rock to go to hell, yada, yada, yada. Somebody else is going to sell their soul to The Rock. And I kind of have an idea who it is. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. Cody's not going to sell his soul to The Rock. And that's the dumbest thing ever, sell his soul to The Rock. But Cody's not going to sell his soul to The Rock. What's going to happen is Cody's going to say no. There's a certain somebody who had ties to The Rock in the bloodline named Paul Heyman. The Rock is technically on the board of WWE. So someone's going to call in their favor. I'm going with this. Someone's going to call in their favor of Paul Heyman, talk to Dwayne Johnson, and we're going to have somebody else sell their soul. And if you can't put 2 and 2 together who I'm talking about, do you even watch wrestling? Anyways, moving on. And now for the unsanctioned match, Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Here's the thing between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I feel like they fight each other every goddamn year. But guess what? I don't freaking get tired of it. These two men have the best chemistry I've seen out of any single 2 WWE wrestlers in the entire history of pro wrestling. Name a better tandem that has freaking chemistry than them. You can't. So these two men, especially with how hardcore Kevin's been going, like that Alabama slam he took from Cody Rhodes to the ladder was insane. Sami Zayn is a maniac who will run through a solid brick concrete wall just to freaking put on a good match. I think these two are going to tear the house down. Now, who do I think is going to win? I would love for Sami Zayn to win, but I don't think that's where they're going with this, especially when we have the return of Randy Orton looming in the corner. So, I think we're going to have a really good match. Something's going to go down where Kevin Owens takes it too far. He just beats Sami Zayn to a pulp, and then we're going to see the package power driver, probably like, if I'm booking this, like the mats outside the ring, expose the mat, show the concrete. We're about to get a package pile driver on the concrete. Kevin Owens is about to take out Sami Zayn probably forever because if you drop somebody on their head on the concrete, their neck gonna go snap. Anyways, so we're about to see Sami Zayn's final time in the WWE, but out comes Randy Orton, shenanigans, RKO, punt to the head to Kevin, and Sami Zayn wins. That's the match. And I think it's going to be a really great match, and the Toronto crowd's going to be really behind it because it's two Canadian boys, men, two Canadian men, just tearing the house down in a venue that apparently they've gone to see plenty of wrestling matches in the past, and I think it's going to be a really good matchup. So this is probably going to be the match of the night. It should be match of the night. There's one more match that could possibly beat it. But this should be match of the night, and I just really think Sami Zayn's going to win off the help of Randy Orton. So give me that. Put it as my official prediction. Sami Zayn wins. And now for what I think will probably be the main event of the night. It could be Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, but the main event of the night, I think, is obviously going to be the Elimination Chamber match between the men. Now, here's the one match I'm so conflicted on because there's legit two people, possible three people I can see winning this, especially after that promo on Monday Night Raw where Seth Rollins is so good on the mic, especially when he wants to invoke emotion and put all his soul into a promo, especially when it involves like a world title. So I don't know who I think is gonna win out of this one. The fan in me, the young fan in me, wants John Cena to win because I would love Cena to win number 17 at WrestleMania. But the older fan in me kind of is like, I bitch and moan a lot about people coming back who shouldn't get title matches over people who've been there all year. That's one of my biggest pet peeves is somebody just returning after being gone for a year. Oh, I'm in the world title picture. So it's kind of hypocritical of me to want John Cena to win, but it is John freaking Cena, so I don't care. But the other part of me really wants CM Punk to win too because CM Punk has, like, for all his faults and everything all the baggage he has been so far out of drama in WWE, hasn't made any headlines like he did in AEW, hasn't tried to choke somebody out in the locker room. And yes, I know being a good fucking person is shouldn't be the measurement if you should get a world title match. But he's came back, he's done everything right, hasn't complained. He really wants that WrestleMania main event spot, which should have been his last year if it wasn't for his tricep tearing. So I would love for CM Punk to win. Drew McIntyre, I enjoy Drew McIntyre. I'm a big Drew McIntyre fan, but unfortunately, there's just nothing for him to do in the world title scene right now, and that's very unfortunate. Damian Priest, Jesus Christ, why couldn't it be Finn Balor? The one thing that disappointed me about the Judgment Day is how Damian Priest became the new face, or not face, but like the new world title shot guy instead of Finn Balor, man. My boy Finn, rest in peace, Finn. Anyways, I don't really care for Damian Priest. Logan Paul, man. For a guy who's so good at wrestling, he's just so good at everything he sets his mind to, he is the biggest prick ever, man. How do you go up to Tiffany Stratton and tell her, let me teach you how to do a better moonsault? Like, brother. People need to stop inflating his ego. He's great, but god damn, he's a cocky prick. And of course, Seth Rollins already been into, like, what do I think? This one's really tricky for me, but if it's going to go like the way I'm predicting, like it's going to be a triple threat WrestleMania, I'm going to say John Cena's going to end up winning the Elimination Chamber, mainly for the fact that I believe CM Punk, because if you couldn't tell who I thought was going to sell the soul, now you know, CM Punk is going to somehow cash in his favor from Paul Heyman, which is then going to lead to The Rock and CM Punk aligning, which is kind of like a cool, like, full circle moment, because if you guys don't remember, this is how old I am. CM Punk was very upset because he was not in the main event of WrestleMania with John Cena versus The Rock at WrestleMania 29, I believe. It was 29? Yeah, 29, where he's like, look, make it an elimination triple threat, have me get pinned in the first 5 minutes, just let me be in the main event. That's all CM Punk wanted, and The Rock was the one who took that from him. CM Punk has always been anti-authority, anti-everything. So how serendipitous, big words, how would it be CM Punk coming back, selling out to corporate greed to get what he wants, and cashing in that favor and becoming the new Rock guy, as you say, selling his soul and getting into that match so he can finally main event WrestleMania. Awesome, right? But anyways, guys, that's what I think is going to happen at Elimination Chamber. So hopefully, my predictions aren't too far off. And like I said, plan to get a better camera too, because it's like bad quality. TikTok, it's probably gonna look better because like I don't have to stretch out the frame so much. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you watch all the way to the end, like, subscribe. Last time I uploaded a YouTube video, I only had like 5 subscribers. Now there's a good amount of you thanks to the shorts I've been uploading. So if you're from you're from the shorts page and actually watch this long-term video, thank you. Let me know if you like these kind of videos. I plan to keep doing like WWE predictions. Jesus, I plan to do predict. I can't talk. I plan to keep doing videos like this in the future, and then once like NFL offseason kind of ramps up a little more, free agency draft stuff, I'll probably make some videos on that too. Um, I can't guarantee you're gonna get a video like this all the time though, because life happens. But anyways, guys, catch you next time.